A company's sales decreased 19% this year to $8,697. What were their sales last year? This is a typical percent problem. But what makes it a little more difficult is the fact that we don't know what the original amount was. We had company sales from last year, and that amount, whatever it was, had a decrease this year by 19%. So we're searching for that original amount, and that's what makes it a little more complicated. I like to draw a picture to look at it. So let's take last year's sales. And I'm going to call it last year's sales. And I'm going to put a little box to represent the sales that were made by the company last year. This year, those sales decreased by 19%. So we're going to decrease, so we're going to subtract 19% of those sales. But notice I said 19% of those sales. Percents never stand alone. In fact, we're taking 19% of last year's sales, or 19% times last year's sales, right? And what's that new total? Well, if you take last year's sales and you decrease it by 19%, that gives us this year's sales, or $8,697. This diagram, this picture, gives us an algebraic equation that we can work with, a simple one in fact. Let's assign the letter X to the unknown, last year's sales. And now let's subtract from it 19% of X, right? Because again, last year's sales is X. 19% of that means we're going to multiply 0.19 times X. And what does that equal? That equals 8,697. Now remembering that X is 1X, we have 1X minus 0.19X. And if we combine those X's on the left side of that equation, that actually gives us 0.81, or if we like 0.81X equals 8,697. But let me pause and take a look at that equation. What is that equation telling me? In words, it's saying that 0.81 times X, or if I like, 81% of the original sales is $8,697, and that makes sense. If we decrease by 19%, that means the new amount is just 81% of the old amount. So we have 81% of the original amount, or 0.81 times X equals 8,697. We're solving for X, so we're simply going to do a simple algebraic process. That is, we're going to divide both sides of this equation by 0.81 on our calculator. And when we do so, that tells us that our original sales, or X, from last year was $10,737. And we're going to round 2 decimal places, right? Because this is money we're talking about. So, and 4 cents, right? So that means that the sales last year, so our sales last year, which is what we were calling X, our sales last year are just $10,737.04. If we take this amount and decrease by 19% of this amount, we will get $8,697, or equivalently, $8,697 is 81% of this amount from last year. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out. I hope this made sense.